Greetings and welcome everyone to the world of Alita, and for today I will share all those details and things I noticed in the Alita Battle Ninja anime version. Just like movie and manga, Alita Battle Ninja anime has its own fan base and it was quite a great success in North America, I think. So if you are Alita Battle Angel anime fan, just make sure that you watch this video complete so that you can find your favorite or maybe anything good amount of detail in this video. Also, spoiler warning, because if you haven't seen this great anime yet and you say you are a big fan of Alita Battle movie, then you must check this out before you get spoiled by this video. And now let's tighten up your seatbelts, because this journey will remind you all memories of 90s anime.
She's really still alive.
As we know, this anime is divided into two separate episodes. Each one contains the original chapter names of the manga. I noticed an artistic pattern in this title coming and going. That first title appears in the morning and then it turns into night, which is opposite to the second episode where the title appears in the dark and then it turns into morning. Here in this scene are some tiny little details that I believe you already noticed, because on the wall you can easily see some wanted criminals posters, and later in the next shot we see that this poster belongs to Gruiska and other wanted criminals that are later hunted by our beloved Alita Battle Angel. This also explains how Alita can easily find out these wanted criminals in Iron City, because she was just in the family business. Just like posters, there are many symbols and details in this anime that explain how much crazy people of Iron City are, and Hunter Warriors are not that much different than them. They can just dissect your limbs for a few units, and the cruel system of Zalem also do not allow any free birds to fly into the air, and that's why the people of Iron City can only learn about them through books. And this detail is deeply explained in both in manga and movie. Sorry, little bit in movie, I think. Well, it was a big upset for the manga fans in Japan, because this version of Alita do not care much about the Kanzensbar story or Japan arc or any introduction for Koyomi, but still, this was the best, bold, brutal and deadliest scene of this whole anime, and that's why it was featured in live action movie also, and it was the second time when blood flows under Alita's feet, just like the previous fight battle with this Gruiska. And not only that, but this particular scene contains maximum characters than the other scene in this whole anime, just like containing Chirin, Gruiska, Doc Edo, Alita, Master Clively, and Japan. And that's why this must be the hardest part for this whole anime to produce, and not to forget that making this type of death with detail is not an easy task. Okay, let's go to Vector's place. Vector's office is full of details, pictures, images, human anatomy charts, and other things. Unlike manga, Vector was always presented as a bad character who take advantage of innocent people and running the biggest scam in Iron City. Also, I noticed that the spinal cords Hugo was collecting to get money to go to Zolom, you can see the same spinal cords in Vector's office behind Chirin. Maybe it's an obvious thing that Hugo was trading spinal cords to Vector, but it's always good to find those things through details, and that's how these great mangas become a great anime. In the end, when climax began, Alita came to know that her beloved lover Hugo is a wanted criminal by a factory and having the biggest bounty on his head. Alita immediately reacts on it and runs into dark to save his lover. This situation is a callback for the chapter cover page from the second volume. You can find the similarity between these two situations. Now it's the time for the biggest detail of the anime that you should have missed while watching the ending. If you remember the fight with Master Clively, you must be asking where this knife came from, and if you look hard with your sharp eyes in slow motion, you can actually see that Alita was hiding this knife in her boots, and this is really an impressive detail that usually people do not accept from an anime. And that's not the only time when Alita was hiding a knife. In the end, when Hugo was trying to go up and was dismantled by the cruel defense system of Zalem, Alita catches him and tries to save him by using a knife. And this time you can see that she was hiding this knife in her right leg. After all, she is pronounced as Battle Angel for nothing. Here in the climax scene that is really hard and painful and so much hard for me to bear, I noticed that this funeral is not for Hugo, but it is also for Chirin, because you can see the earring of Chirin in that balloon, which shows that they are just mourning for them and at least making their last wish fulfilled, letting them to go to Zalem through this balloon. Maybe their soul can rest in peace. This was the really saddest ending for an anime, and it was really bad that this was never get continued. This is really a good, entertaining, and enjoyable anime with deep meanings of love, satisfaction, and desires, and really connected to our daily life problems that we already know. Directed by Hiroshi Fukutomi, Alita Battle Ninja anime received 7.3 ratings out of 10 by IMDb. It was really a successful anime. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I always love talking about Alita Battle Angel, and I will return with another video. Until then, farewell.